This video is brought to you by patrons of Alan Cadiz. Join the team at patreon.com/Alan Cadiz.
You think there's enough wind to break the record today?
We'll see. It looks pretty fun, but I'm not sure what the direction is, so it looks like it could be light around the harbor. We'll see. Gonna give it an attempt.
I'm gonna try and stay with you. And my goal today is to film Kane de Wilde trying to break his personal best record from Maliko to the harbor. The wind's a little bit light, so I kind of doubt he's going to be able to do that, but he'll still be going pretty fast. Outside Maliko Gulch, the prevailing trade winds come from the east, or my right, but inside the gulch, the wind eddies around and comes from the west. I am making way slowly. It's not unusual to have to prone paddle through the mouth of Maliko Gulch. This is where the wind transitions from port to starboard, and the water transitions from brackish to blue. Almost to the wind line. Here we go. This out of the way. I won't need the harness line going downwind, and it just blocks the view of the camera. Okay, he's getting wet to cool off because he doesn't fall. He works up a sweat. And if I fall, the video's over. He'll be gone so fast, I don't know if I can catch up to him. Okay, I'm gonna get on foil so that I'm right with you when you get on foil. Best right there, having trouble. Unlike the wing foilers, who can get up as soon as they hit the wind line, the SUP foilers like to paddle a distance from shore to get out into the bigger waves to get on foil. Get a little time for him to warm up. Okay, now he's going. Now I have to work. Ken Winter, he's not slow either. My setup here. Oh yeah, so it'll be swells like this that'll allow them to go straight to the harbor. Using sailing terminology, it's a run to the harbor, which means to sail dead downwind.
I can go straight some of the time. He's pulling away. Okay, I'm gonna put this little camera away and try and catch him.
To catch Kane, I have to broad reach. And although I can sail faster than Kane, I cover more distance zigzagging my way towards the harbor.
I'm looking for big swells to drop in on too.
I'a Valley is the visible cut in West Maui and is the guidepost to the harbor entrance.
Whoa!
Anytime I can point my board in this direction with speed, my velocity made good is at its best.
There's like no pressure in my wing. I'm going as fast as the wind on this swell. He doesn't have much wind either because he's moving with the wind. So the apparent wind is not pushing him. He's getting most of his drive from these swells and his legs pumping the foil.
If you're familiar with Maui's North Shore, then you know we just passed Ho'okipa and Kuau is just ahead.
Now the wind is a little east today. That is, it's coming over my left shoulder.
So on port tack, I have a better direct line to the harbor. Better than when I jibe onto starboard.
I'm staying with him. Don't fall. There's a big one I missed. If I can get over it, I can make some time on him. I did. Woo! Oh shit. Ah, the leash tangled around my wrist, holding the camera. It's a record run, but he's going fast. So the harbor's there, if you don't know the landmarks, but I can't quite go that deep. I gotta come up a little bit. When I'm on a swell or I get a gust, I can dive deep. Oh, I'm ahead of him. Yeah. Whoa, that was close.
The distance between Maliko and Kahului Harbor is about 9 miles, and we're just coming up on Paia, which is about a third of the way.
just a little more wind. Of course, that's going to help him too. In the gusts, I can go deeper downwind and of course faster. Whoa, backwinded. Oh, it's in a lull here.
With the lull in the wind, I have to turn towards the wind to maintain power in my sail to stay on foil. This is when my velocity made good is at its worst.
So in the lull, I really have to come further upwind where he can keep going dead downwind. He doesn't get the push from the wind as much. In fact, at times we might even have a headwind.
You might wonder why I can't just ditch my wing and just follow Kane. Well, first, my foil at 540 centimeters squared is built for speed, not for gliding.
Okay, here comes some wind. Here we go. Nice gust. Oh yeah, it's offshore winds. I can go further downwind. If it were a straight reach to the harbor, I would definitely beat him. I think. So a puff and a swell, I can really dive deeper. I'm trying to catch him. Oh, here's a nice swell. I'm staying even with him.
Even if my foil was larger and better at gliding, the skill he has to pump the board and negotiate the swells is next level.
He's pulling away. I need more wind if I'm going to catch him. In my video, Apparent Wind, I never really talked about broad reaching. The further downwind you go, the less wind there is. So I got to bring it up a little bit. More wind allows me to dive down more, which I do on the swell. Now my velocity made good. It's 100%, but I eventually slow down. I gotta come back up. I'd like to believe I'm going faster than Kane at this point, but again, I'm covering more distance because I'm zigzagging.
The foil I'm using is a Mike Slab 540. The wing I'm using is a duotone slick 4 meter. I like the slick because I can hold the boom with one hand riding powered and hold the camera with the other.
This one. Okay, here we go. I'm gaining on him now. Now he might be slowing down because he knows the record's not a reality today. He's gonna wait up for me to film, or he might have just hit an area where he had to work it a little bit to stay on foil. No, he's still going. He's not waiting up.
Now we're just off Spartan Reef, which is outside of Baldwin Beach Park, about halfway.
At this point, he's going faster than me straight downwind. Where'd he go? There he is. Should have given the camera to Ken.
Ken is also using a 4-meter wing, but he's also riding the Mike's Lab 800, which allows him to sail deeper downwind and stay closer to Kane.
I think I gained on him a little bit. It's just not strong enough. There we go, there's a good puff. Okay. It's a good nice wave too. Okay.
Ken is with Kane, and I'm in close pursuit. Eric, the third winger in our party, is somewhere behind us. The point between Maliko and Kahakaloa make Kahului Bay, and even though we're in a bay, we're a long way from shore.
Got a nice groundswell here. Long period groundswell.
The longer the period, the faster the swell is moving. And the best conditions to break the record are long period northeast swells with strong trade winds for the entire run.
with gas. Jibe. So like Kane, I'm standing in regular foot surf stance, and I have to admit my quads on my right leg are burning, and I'm not even really pumping. I'm just trimming. Okay, he's turning, either slowing down. Yeah, we're getting into the swell section of the run.
Outside the barrier reef at Camp 1, there's a shoal where the larger ground swells will stand up and sometimes break.
On your left. Yeah, so he slowed down to get one of these big waves. And the camera battery's dead on the little camera. Oh, look at this one.
His goal was to do the run in under 30 minutes. I think he realizes that we're not on pace, so he's slowed down.
So at this point, he's not trying to break the record, just goofing off. That light wind on top slowed us down enough that he's going to be in the low 30s.
It's this point that I realize Eric is nowhere to be seen, and Ken has turned back upwind to go find him. And I've decided I should go back and help Ken look for Eric, just to be sure. I don't see Eric! Ken went back upwind. I'm gonna go back upwind as well. I'm confident Kane can get back okay, and a quick adjustment of my harness line, and we're going back upwind. Okay, I see him. Doing a coast run on a SUP foil or wing foil board can be one of the most fun and exciting things you can do. But there are risks. Like backcountry skiing, you need safety gear and a buddy system. So know what you're getting into before you paddle out of Maliko. Right after we hit the beach, I got a text from Kane. Hey Alan, I made it in safe. I'm getting a ride back up to Maliko to do another run. To watch my premium wing foil instructional videos,
join the team at patreon.com/AlanCadiz.